at Nate Landwehr versus David Onama.
The
David
Just Bleed
Onama,
gods.
a glory MMA guy. He
Yeah.
had the James Krause in his corner. Nate Landwehr, just a wild animal, man.
Literally a
Wild
wild animal.
animal.
You remember Game of Thrones, the wildlings?
Oh yeah,
That's
he's a
Nate
wildling.
Landwehr, dude. He's a wildling.
100%.
He's north of the
So,
wall.
David Onama has got some power on him.
He's got some hand speed on him, too. That first round,
In the beginning, he reminded me a little bit of John Jones, and you're gonna say like, "Oh, you're crazy! Like the skill level isn't there." I'm just saying because for the division, he's long, he's a little
he's
lanky
long.
for the
Yeah.
division, and he reminded me in the sense where he kind of tries to, do the reach thing where he reaches out, and then from there
Like
he's
fingers.
like, "Pop, yeah, quick
Fingers.
shot, yeah, over and over again."
Just like John
So I was
Jones.
like, you know what? If he can, really just manage that distance and
Mhm.
conserve some energy, he's going to be causing some trouble for Landwehr tonight.
Yeah.
And then he catches Landwehr, boom, and then it's off to the races. And he's swinging, and he's trying to put him out. And maybe we're talking about opposite ends of the spectrum earlier today.
yeah. Where Cheeto's maybe a little too patient sometimes, but
Onama
Onama,
may be a little
yeah.
too aggressive there. Was it last week? Who was it where they were saying a calculated finish?
I don't remember. But this was not that.
No, not that. And Landwehr, tough as nails, man, survives. And what happens?
Yeah, I mean, Onama gasses, and Landwehr just puts it on him for at least the rest of the second round. They could have called it. I thought that was a 10-7 round. I don't think that was a 10-8. That was crazy. For the second round, that's a 10-7.
Yeah.
They almost stopped the fight multiple times. And it was funny because I was just telling my coworker, because we're gonna try to make an app that's to score fights, because Verdict is cool and all, but you can't just open up the Verdict app and if you're rewatching a fight and you want to score it, you can't do that. It has to be live. So we're trying to make we're gonna make a Story of the Fight app where you can just open it whenever, and like 5 people use it. But
and 5 people use it. It's you, me, Rich.
Yeah, but I was telling him, he was like, so what? He doesn't know anything about MMA, so he was like, how does the scoring work? Like, blah blah blah. So I'm explaining it to him. He's like, okay, yeah. So I can just make a button that each time you tap it, it drops, and we can just have it cycle through 10 through like 5. And I was like, no. Like, we don't need to go to 5. Like, that's never gonna. And I was like, 10-7 is very rare. I don't even remember the last time I seen one. And but yeah. That being said, the first round, Onama reminded me of Vitor Belfort. That's who he reminded me of.
Okay.
I can see the John Jones comp with the hands.
Yeah.
But the way he was doing the marching punches was vintage Vitor, old school Vitor, early 2000s Vitor. Every step that's a punch and just punching through somebody. Nate Landwehr, tough of nails, always, right? Shout out to Chris Cabrera, Nate the fucking Train, and Nate Diaz Landwehr.
The nickname's Diaz. That's awesome.
That's perfect. But yeah, Onama looked like a killer in that first round, but then completely blew his wad. And Nate Landwehr, you got to know coming into it, you can't just put this guy away. You have to have a different approach against this guy because he is insane and will just keep coming forward. And then he did. And then the third round was, I felt like I was watching a movie. It did not seem like it was a real fight. Because first round, he drops Landwehr hard. He almost finishes him a couple times. Second round, he's exhausted. Nate Landwehr's beating the shit out of him. And
I think
it was brutal.
Krause asked him, do you want to go back out there?
Yeah, after the second round, they were like, do you want to keep fighting? He was looking for any reason to call the fight. You could tell. And I thought he was about to, and I was like, damn. James Krause, fantastic coach, not just for his reads and all this stuff, but he protects his guys.
Coach of the people.
He's like, get back out there. And I was like, oh God. This guy's done. But then Onama had some success in that third round. But Landwehr was still the fresher guy and was landing the bigger shots. And every time he'd drop him or he'd be ground a pound and then he'd stand up. Nate Landwehr just turns his back to him, starts pumping up the crowd as Onama's like
Starts flexing,
somehow,
dude.
yeah. And I was like, dude, this
That's
is
probably where the
crazy.
Nate Diaz Landwehr comes from
Yeah,
too. You know what I mean? The flexes.
yeah, it was
That
crazy.
that last time that he drops Onama though, and he
Yeah,
turns and flexes, and Onama
yeah,
stands up like, "Oh, this mother," and he stands up and
yeah,
rushes him,
yeah.
just swinging. I was like, "Oh my god, dude!"
So much fun, so much fun.
And then Onama caught him a couple times
Dude,
with
that
that
third
long
round
right
was
reach. This is one right here.
yeah, the third round was competitive. It was competitive. One of the judges gave it to Onama.
Oh god, so much fun.
Yeah, I think they got it right with Landwehr winning this fight,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I mean after that
Onama.
second round, how
How are you going to
can
come back from that?
yeah
Unless you're Frankie Edgar, you
the
can't come
Muay
back
Thai
from that.
clinch,
Yeah.
and he hit him with repetitive knees, man. You can actually see the swelling in this picture that Rich put up
Over the
right above
eye.
his left eye. Yeah, where it started swelling after one of those knees. But
Yeah.
it was just such an entertaining fight, man. And
Yeah, it was
going into
fantastic.
this, the girls that fought before this,
Chris Cabrera.
Chris
The flex
Cabrera.
is the peak of my night. It was
Dude,
awesome.
tell
The
me,
crowd must have
whenever he
loved
flexed,
it, man.
I started clapping at home like there's anybody else around
Yeah.
me. My wife gets so annoyed dude, when I watch fights because I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, he's flexing, there's just nobody else around me.
Yeah.
No, but it was just such a fun fight. The fight before this, I thought the girls, I was like, hey, they're probably gonna get
That's
fight
fight
of
of
the
the
night.
night.
Such a fun fight.
Yeah.
And then
Nathan
Landwehr and
Crane.
Onama come in and just absolutely blow that fight out of the water. And I was just like, oh God. Now
Yeah.
I'm nervous for Cruz and Vera. How are they gonna follow
Yeah.
this up? It was just it
Yeah.
was a fun night.
Yeah, and shout out Regen says Vitor Belfort versus Marvin Easton was the first MMA fight I saw when I was like 12.
Oh,
Classic.
that's awesome.
Old school. Back
That's
when
so
Vitor
awesome.
had no known weaknesses. But yeah. And then Chris Cabrera says he just single-handedly became a more recognizable name by a fighter's fighter. No media attention needed. The interview was perfect too. Mama ain't raised no bitch. Yeah, he killed it, man. He
He
absolutely
did.
killed it. His call-outs were great. He flowed perfectly. I mean,
And I think
the
this
guy
is
was just
just
pure
him.
entertainment. Yeah, that's
I
just
think
him.
it's just him. You know,
Yeah.
like you'll see like Julian Marquez where he's like on the
Yeah.
mic and you're like, oh dude, how many times did he rehearse this?
Yeah,
This
and
is kind
still
of
mess it up
cheesy.
somehow.
And yeah, exactly. Triple C, same thing. This guy,
Yeah.
he's on the mic. He's just natural, man. And they
He
were
just got out
talking
of a
about him
war,
too.
man.
They're like the the pre-fight interviews.
Mhm.
They're like, dude, this guy's hilarious. You know, he
Yeah.
has some great quotes. Everybody loves Nate Landwehr. What's there
Yeah.
not to love?
Yeah. It's good. It's good time to be Nate Landwehr right now, I think.
It's a good time. All right.
Unless real quick, we'll just touch on it for each fight, I guess. But Onama got 24K for this fight before taxes, and Nate Landwehr was on 30K and 30K, so he got 60K.
24K before taxes. Great point. Before taxes.
Yeah.
Before paying the manager.
Before coaches.
Before paying the gym. Before paying the nutritionist. Before, I mean,
it's tough.
My guy probably walked away with like 7K. You know what I mean?
It's tough. California taxes, no joke.
And you want to be a fighter. Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.